Our biggest issues with education is not so much about brick and mortar, it's not so much about all the tests. It's how we raise the cultural understanding, have a cultural change in how we get people to accept the fact that regardless of where you come from, regardless of what your family situation in education is a level playing field.
Educational inequity is one of our state's most pressing issues. Children who grow up in low-income areas in this state do not get the same education as children who grow up in higher-income areas, and Teach for America is bringing outstanding recent college graduates, outstanding teachers, to work in our lowest-income schools to make sure that all children receive the excellent education that they deserve.
There's a couple of reasons why I hire Teach for America core members. The first would be their drive. They really put in an amazing amount of time for our kids. And when you're dealing with at-risk students, that's really one of the biggest drivers for academic success. In addition to that, they have a passion for our families, which goes beyond pretty much anyone else that we're able to find.
I joined Teach for America because as a college history major, I studied basically social inequality in Louisiana specifically, and I knew a lot about it in an academic sense, but I didn't really understand the reality of the situation here, especially in relation to education. And Teach for America recruited me and told me that I had an opportunity to do something about what I'd learned about for 4 years, so I took advantage of it.
After hearing about the program my senior year and doing some research and talking to friends, I came to understand that the greatest problem in America, maybe the greatest social injustice, was that of educational inequity. And so, I decided to do what my parents had passion for and what they had been doing all of their lives, and that was teach.
One of the first things that many of our Teach for Americas do is just offer great energy. They give their time outside of the classroom as well. They're part of after-school activities and groups and organizations, and it really means a lot to the school and to the community.
Our Teach for America teachers invest themselves fully into our kids.
My favorite thing about teaching is definitely seeing my students get excited about what they're learning.
My favorite thing about teaching is seeing when my kids start growing, and when they grasp what I'm trying to teach for that day, it is the most inspiring, exciting feeling in the world.
It's exciting to start the year off with a first grader who doesn't know how to hold a book at all and barely understands that letters come together to make words, and see that same child by November, October, excited to read a Dr. Seuss book, excited to tell me about what he's reading, and just ready to learn on his own. That's the most exciting part.
I feel as if Teach for America core members see themselves as teachers and leaders in their schools. And so they want to not only succeed in the classroom, but they want to build a culture in their schools, a positive culture where they are not only spending the 8 hours a day in the classroom, but they're also doing other extracurricular activities with their students and building those really powerful relationships.
Programs like Teach for America, bringing in young, enthusiastic teachers who want to be here, who go through a very competitive process to get here. Of some 40,000 that apply, only about 4,000 are selected nationwide. In Louisiana, we are lucky to have 700 who've committed to themselves to come here and help us in Louisiana improve our education system.
Every kid, every child has the ability to learn and anything that you want to teach them. You just have to, backwards plan and come up with a vision for your classroom. It's not magic. It's getting your hands dirty and creating a vision and a goal, planning, and then sharing your passion for that goal with your students and also with the staff at your school and the community members around you.
I think it's definitely possible to see achievement in any school setting, especially schools of this type of low-income communities, schools that don't have a history of academic achievement at all. I think that it's certainly possible to turn it around.
Do your part in the movement to ensure educational excellence and equity for all students. Donate online at our website, www.teachforamerica.org, or call our office in Baton Rouge at 225-381-8163.